act like I'm. Oh, sorry. Perfect.
Good afternoon. Please be seated. My name is Jae-Hyuk Yoo, and as president of the Brecksville Broadview Heights chapter of the National Honor Society, I would like to extend a warm welcome to all of you. We gather here today at the 76th Annual NHS Induction Ceremony to honor and acknowledge our new inductees selected from our junior and senior classes. These are students who exemplify the 4 pillars of NHS: character, scholarship, leadership, and service. The unique dedication these individuals display to our school and to our community is certainly admirable. To begin, I would like to thank the string quartet consisting of Michael Dabney, Stephen Choi, Victoria Gatto, and Connor Van Epps. We are pleased to have their wonderful playing both commence and conclude today's ceremony. Thank you. On behalf of the Brecksville Broadview Heights High School chapter of the National Honor Society, we are honored to welcome the following individuals. Please hold your applause until the end and we will thank them together. Superintendent, Mrs. Joelle Magyar, and our high school administrators, Principal, Mr. Stephen Ost, Assistant Principals, Mr. Scott DeTrey, Mr. Kevin Jacob, and Mrs. Susan Welch. We would especially like to express our gratitude for the Faculty Council. We are truly indebted to them for their tremendous assistance with the new member selection process. So Mr. Stephen Cacciola, Mrs. Michelle Miller, Mrs. Allison Reynolds, Mr. Louis Rundo, and Mr. Dathan Cole. Please join me in thanking each of these remarkable individuals for their diligence and dedication to our school, our communities, and our National Honor Society chapter. I would now like to recognize the efforts of our current members who have served as co-chairs for this induction ceremony. So induction co-chairs, Emma Golsch and Sarah Schoenknecht. Program, Molly Sullivan. Inductee gifts, Brooklyn Kelly and Sydney Harsh. Flowers, Isabella Torres and Adriana Zura. Greeters, Mikkel Batterina, Patience Colazzo, Elise Hensley, Maria Karakosis, Sarah Nauer, and Corey Stees. Pin orders, Chase Hudak. Slides presentation, Maddie Shaheen. And tech support, Matthew Tumulowicz. To my fellow officers, thank you for all you do. Without you, none of this would have been possible. Please stand when I call your name. Vice President Shahil Merchant. Recording Secretary, Alana Diedrich. Corresponding Secretary, David Drinko. And Treasurer, Tony Minatel. And most of all, thank you to our 2 outstanding faculty advisors, Mrs. Gina Baislock and Mrs. J.C. Owens. Due to their humble nature, most do not fully realize the extent of their effort, but I can personally vouch for their exceptional commitment to making this organization one of the most respected in our school, especially during this uncertain pandemic year. Even though words could not adequately describe our appreciation for you, I would like to sincerely thank you both on behalf of all of us. Please join me in a round of well-deserved applause for these 2 fabulous advisors. It is truly my honor to now introduce and welcome to the podium Mrs. Joelle Magyar, Superintendent of the Brecksville Broadview Heights City School District, to share a few remarks.
I was telling Mr. Ost before I walked up here, I said it's January 22nd, 2021, and this is the first opportunity this school year I get to stand in front of a live audience, so I'm so excited I can't stop smiling for that. So, greetings everyone. Perhaps at no other moment in recent history does the upholding of the time-honored pillars of the National Honor Society, leadership, scholarship, character, and service, reveal more about a group of students than those who we are commemorating for induction today. Welcome everyone to this annual ceremony where the entire Brecksville Broadview Heights City Schools family pays tribute to the elite accomplishments of these individuals who not only demonstrated the National Honor Society pillars to their peers, our staff, and to the community, but have done so through an unpredictable climate of a global pandemic that has unquestionably and understandably jolted your educational experience. You students and your families have earned the highest praise from the leadership of our school district for consistently reflecting leadership, scholarship, character, and service. And amidst it all, while we are recognizing you here today, I am quite confident that your attributes have positively influenced those around you because we have the finest student body with you as leaders among them. For holding yourselves to the highest standards, we commend you. Congratulations, inductees. Well done, parents, and welcome to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Magyar. Next, I am pleased to introduce Mr. Stephen Ost, High School Principal, to share a few words.
Good afternoon. I'm very excited to join in welcoming everyone to the 76th induction ceremony for the Brecksville-Broadview Heights High School chapter of National Honor Society. A huge thank you to NHS advisors, Mrs. Owens and Mrs. Baislock, for their efforts in coordinating today's event, as well as making all the schedule changes over the last couple months. A special thank you to City of Brecksville employee and BBHHS alum Miles Rapkin and his team for their assistance with establishing the live stream for today and all the technical support that he provides for this event and many other events throughout our school year. And lastly, a big thank you to our inductees and our families for your patience and understanding and flexibility as we waited and ultimately are here today to celebrate in person with those inductees and family members that are able to be with us. And thank you to those at home for your willingness to join us virtually for this very important event. It is my distinct pleasure to be here for this event, as today the students seated before us will be inducted into the Brecksville-Broadview Heights High School chapter of the National Honor Society, and in doing so, earn one of the highest honors at our school. Parents and guardians, congratulations, as today is also a recognition of the tremendous love, support, and guidance that you have provided these students earning their induction into NHS. The National Honor Society was established in 1921 by the National Association of Secondary School Principals to celebrate extraordinary achievement of students and to elevate the 4 NHS pillars of scholarship, service, leadership, and character in schools across our great country. The Brecksville-Broadview Heights High School chapter of NHS received its charter in 1944. Since then, each fall, students that qualify academically are notified and invited to apply. After the applications have been received, a volunteer faculty council reviews them individually to select the class of inductees for each year. Students must exhibit extraordinary achievement in each of these 4 pillars of NHS to receive induction. Inductees, congratulations on earning this distinction, and in doing so, joining the outstanding group of high-achieving, service-centered young leaders that came before you. While we celebrate you today, please know that in joining NHS this afternoon, you are making a commitment to share your time, talents, and expertise in the great work of the Brecksville-Broadview Heights High School NHS chapter moving forward. You are also committing to becoming a role model for our student body. This past year is about as good of an example as you can get on why these 4 pillars are so exemplified, not only with our NHS chapter, but at the NHS chapters across our country. I look forward to seeing the positive impact and the continued contributions from this impressive group as they make their impact on our school and our community, not only as we move forward from 2020, but also into each of your very bright futures. Once again, congratulations to all of our inductees and to all of their families.
Thank you, Mr. Oss. It is now my pleasure to introduce our faculty speaker. Mr. Clerd has been a teacher at the high school for 6 years He brings a sharp wit to all of his classes and is universally beloved by all his students. He also displays a clear passion for teaching physics and is a chapter advisor for Tri-M. Please join me in welcoming today's speaker, Mr. Seth Clergott.
Good afternoon. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to speak to you today. It was very brave of you to ask me. I'm not a great public speaker, and it's been difficult to decide what to talk about. You're all here being inducted into NHS because you know the value of hard work. You know how to succeed academically, and you place importance on service and leadership. I won't talk about these things. You know about these things. As often happens, life provides the answers if you have your eyes and ears open. Recent events have gotten me thinking about who we are, and so led me to my topic. I would like to talk to you about fear and courage. I would like to issue a challenge to you today. As a species, we are very adept at putting labels on things. We organize, file, categorize, and generally heap objects and ideas into one pile or another for convenient reference. We do this so that we can make easy comparisons about things in one group versus those in another. This is a very reasonable thing to do with objects, and it's a skill that serves us well in work and school. Yet, we also do this with people. We give people labels based on height, weight, dietary habits. We give people labels based on gender, religion, and race. We give people labels based on political ideology and based on lifestyle choices. We do this for the same reason: easy comparison of those people with ourselves and with the groups of people that we perceive we are a part. In doing this, however, we all make, to a greater or lesser degree, the same mistake. We choose to ignore, dismiss, misunderstand, and fear those that aren't in our group. We stick to our tribe, much as prehistoric humans did for safety and warmth. We do this because the familiar feels safer and more comfortable than the unfamiliar, because we fear the outsider brings discomfort in the form of strange ideas, possible disease, or violence. Yet, when we maintain the barriers of fear and ignorance between ourselves and those around us, we cause ourselves to languish in the status quo. We eschew progress for the comfort of sameness, and we become intransigent and closed-minded to change. This fear is normal. Fear can protect us from danger. Fear is the thing that reminds us that difficult and challenging things are happening to us. As humans, we have the singular ability to decide whether our fear is justified. We can assess a situation and determine whether to risk failure for possible rewards or whether to run away and remain safe. On the afternoon of Wednesday, January 6th, we saw the result of years of failure and willful misunderstanding play out in this country. We saw what can happen when our experiences as Americans and as humans are narrowly defined in black and white terms, when our common struggles for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness are framed with an us against them mentality. It's so easy to fear. It's so easy to fall into the habit of blaming others for our circumstances, denying our responsibility, and dwelling on our anger. Yet fear and anger sap our mental and emotional energy, cloud our ability to judge clearly, and prevent us from overcoming the obstacles that are between us and real growth. Monday was the day we celebrate the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. A powerful speaker, Dr. King saw the need for unity. Unity not just among the people that he was fighting for, but among all people. He said of this, "We cannot walk alone. We cannot expect to face difficult times and overcome difficult situations without working together. We cannot do it without each other." Today, January 26th, is the birthday of Captain Hikaru Sulu, who will be born in San Francisco in the year 2237. Mr. Sulu is a character from Star Trek. He was first portrayed by the Japanese-American actor George Takei. As a young child from the ages of about 5 to 9, Takei and his family were forced to live with many other Americans of Japanese ancestry in internment camps in Arkansas and California. After the end of the war, they were left homeless and destitute. Through his experiences, Mr. Takei has become a source of wisdom on our shared experiences and something of an internet legend. In one of his books, he states, "Being human means learning to see the common humanity in us all." I believe that there is more that unites us than divides us. We all have common goals, common needs, and common traits. We all want to live in a safer world. We all want to provide food and shelter to our families. And we all would like a little less work and a little more leisure. We all have the capacity to smile and laugh and to be generous and kind to each other. It takes courage to face down our fears and look past them. Courage doesn't just mean running into danger to save someone. It means challenging ourselves to be better people. It means challenging those around us to do better and to treat each other better. It means speaking up and advocating for the less fortunate. It means speaking up for yourself when you feel left out, alone, marginalized, or put down. Courage means speaking the truth to those in power and challenging them to use that power for the greater good. You are young. I don't know if you fully appreciate the power that the fact of your youth invests with you. The older I get, the more I realize what the true power of youth is. We are each allotted a finite amount of time to affect the world around us. Your power, your youth, is opportunity. It is time. You have more time and more opportunity to do good in the world. I said that I wanted to challenge you today, and so I will. Every day we have choices to make. Most of us probably make the same set of choices each time and don't really think about them in that way. We probably don't really see them as choices, but just as the same old things we've always done. My challenge is this: make better choices. Carpe diem. Seize the day. Seize your opportunity. Make the most of your time. Think about the choices you're making every day as you're making them. How are you choosing to interact with people? What are you choosing to put into your body? Are you engaging in your life or mostly tuning it out? Here are a few things you can choose. Kindness and anger will always come back to you. Choose kindness. Forgive others, not because they deserve it, but because it will make you a more peaceful person. Choose to forgive. Your body burns food for fuel to power you through your life. Choose good, healthy food. There's so much to discover and enjoy in life, and you'll miss it if you aren't paying attention. Choose to be engaged with your life. Surround yourself with people that enrich your life and make you a better person. Choose good friends. Lifelong learning promotes a long life. Choose to be curious. Finally, stop choosing fear. Sometimes fear can be the right choice when it keeps us from doing something very dangerous or physically or emotionally damaging to ourselves or others. Often, however, we choose fear because it's easier. It's difficult to ignore fear when many around us are not interested in what we have to say, and when others would rather ignore the truth for more convenient lies, and when we are constantly doubting ourselves. Remember at these times that your thoughts and ideas have value. Your knowledge and abilities will in time grow into mastery and wisdom. And those that doubt you don't matter. In this time of pandemic and illness, we're being asked to sacrifice what we think of as normal and comfortable so that we can work for the common good. This has been hard on all of us and has taken a toll especially on you, on young people. Yet we must choose to do right so that we can come out of this crisis stronger than we went into it. I'd like to close with a passage from J.R.R. Tolkien's Fellowship of the Ring. In it, Frodo laments that he is tasked with facing unimaginable danger and hardship, and he is counseled by the wizard Gandalf. "I wish it need not happen in my time," said Frodo. "So do I," said Gandalf, "and so do all who live to see such times. That is not for them to decide. All we have to decide is what to do with the time that is given us. Choose to step up. Choose to speak out. Choose to be a positive force for change. Choose to seize your opportunity. Choose courage."
Thank you, Mr. Corgott. I know your words have inspired all of us. On behalf of NHS, thank you very much for being our guest speaker this afternoon. It's not up here. Calvin Coolidge once said, "No person was ever honored for what he received. Honor has been the reward for what he gave." In order to live an honorable life, we must remember to always give more than what we receive and celebrate the act of giving. Our members and inductees have and continue to serve our school and community, displaying their commitment to the values of our organization. Induction into NHS is a memorable occasion that presents us with the opportunity to reflect and consider how we can continue to define this prestigious organization, our community, and ourselves with our actions and decisions. With that, I welcome Kenzie Monier to the podium to bring our attention to the significance of scholarship. Vice President Shahil Merchant will be lighting the candles that represent the 4 respective hallmarks of the National Honor Society: character, scholarship, leadership, and service.
Hello, I'm Kenzie Monier, and I'll be talking to you about scholarship. When the word scholarship comes to mind, I think of a really smart person, someone with straight A's and perfect scores on all their tests. But is that what really makes a person scholarly? We live in an ever-changing world that requires people to be adaptable and resilient. This requires something deeper than just a perfect academic transcript from people. For so long, school has taught us to study for the test. Let's be honest, at least with me, I memorize the material, study it, take the test, forget it, and move on. It's a dull cycle that many of us experience at school every day. While school may be a place for learning, our education system has stressed us to pass for a test, and many students have fallen into this lifeless trap. We lose our motivation to actually learn because we're too busy trying to copy down answers. Whatever happened to just learning? I used to be someone who genuinely wanted to learn about everything and anything. I was curious, but once I got to high school, I flooded my schedule with a bunch of AP classes. I lost that curiosity to monotone, endless nights of just trying to memorize for the exam. I let the exams define my worth. If I didn't get a good score, then I wasn't good enough. And I've seen this pattern over and over with other students. So many of us don't even know why Avogadro's number is 6.022 times 10 to the 23rd, but we just memorize it for the test. But I challenge you to break this pattern. A scholar is someone who craves knowledge. Instead of just memorizing for the test, understand what you are learning. Understand the why. In a world where our education system encourages us to be mindless robots, I encourage you to genuinely learn. Let your interests take flight. Go out there and answer your questions without the stress of any exam. Because when we finally leave high school, that passion is the only thing we can hold on to. There won't be an SAT or ACT. It'll just be you and your curious mind. And that curiosity is powerful. This world requires people who will go beyond these boundaries and use their imagination to learn. Albert Einstein once said, "Imagination is more important than knowledge." When ideas fuel inspiration, the in-between state that leads to action is imagination. Knowledge is limited to all we know and understand, while imagination embraces the entire world and all we'll ever know. A scholar is someone who can imagine a better future, not someone who can tell you the velocity of a box that drops from a 20-meter height. So I challenge you, don't memorize. Instead, go out there and explore. Go out there and understand. Go out there and learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Kenzie. Our next speaker is Luke Kieran, who will address the meaning of leadership.
Thank you. As members of NHS, you understand the meaning and importance upon the 4 pillars upon which the society was built. Not only that, but you've also demonstrated each of them in your own lives. You are all excellent scholars in the classroom, servants of the community, citizens with high character, and leaders in society. However, it is this latter idea, the idea of leadership, that is often misunderstood and mischaracterized. Throughout life, we all encounter natural-born leaders, people who stand out among others and take up prominent roles without even being asked. These people help guide and direct in order to find success in every problem. Also, we are oftentimes taught to believe that these great leaders are people who can accomplish great tasks, people who acquire large amounts of wealth, influence, and even power. However, I believe that a leader is characterized as someone who is much greater than these. A leader is someone who inspires others to be the best versions of themselves, someone who works tirelessly until a task is complete, and someone who always knows the right thing to say to a friend. As I say this to you, a person probably pops into your mind, someone who fits this description. For me, this person is my dad, and as cliche as I know that sounds, I know many of us look up to our parents for inspiration. My dad has been a prominent figure throughout my life, who I now emulate now more than I will ever know. From a young age, I was able to watch him deal with problems with calamity and confidence, and in turn inspire me to do the same. One of the many ways that my dad was involved in my life was as a youth football coach. We share a special bond not only on the field, but also in areas such as yelling at the TV when the referees make a bad call against the Browns. My first year of football, he found himself stepping into the position of head coach with no experience, no playbook, and no clue where to get started. I can vividly remember the countless hours he would spend every night researching ideas, schemes, different drills, and even different practice techniques, just trying to find the best for the team. As we went throughout the season, and we were only winning a few games, he continued to give all of his effort into trying to allow his team to be the best that it could be. Although the hard work and dedication my dad put into the team, alongside his ability to lead, is not the reason I consider my dad to be a great leader. My father is a great leader because of his inspiration to the players on that team to emulate his own dedication and effort. We worked hard not because he forced us to, but rather because we wanted to. I can still remember running sprints after practice, laughing with my teammates as we raced to the finish line. My dad exemplifies the idea of a leader as being someone who inspires others to be their best. And that is why, to this very day, many of my former teammates still refer to my dad as Coach Kieran. The best leaders in life are not on the covers of newspapers and magazines, but rather the special people in your life who have made a lasting impact. I challenge all of us to look for ways that we can improve the lives of everyone around us. Find simple acts of kindness that you can do for your classmates and friends that bring a smile to their face. Help others in need and assist them to be the best versions of themselves. As members of NHS, you've all demonstrated your ability to do all of these things, and for that, I applaud you. As leaders, we can inspire others and help make the world a little bit of a better place. And as your journey in life continues, don't forget to be thankful for those who've helped you along your journey. So in conclusion, I want to say thank you to all the teachers, classmates, and my family who have modeled me into the person that I am today, and especially to my dad and his ability to inspire me to become a great leader. Thanks, Coach, and thank you.
Well done, Luke. I'm now pleased to introduce Carly Kubek, who will depict the compassion and fulfillment that can be achieved through service.
Thank you, Jay. When you hear the word service, what do you think of? Volunteering at a nursing home? Fixing up houses with organizations like Habitat for Humanity? Helping at a local animal shelter? These are just a few service opportunities that come to my mind. Now that you are being inducted into National Honor Society, service will become a bigger part of your lives. It is your responsibility to go out and make the community a better place. This raises the question, what types of services will you do, and how will this be meaningful to you? My freshman year of high school, I went on a service project with my church. Most of the groups there spent their days working in a nursing home or helping out at a daycare. Being a people person, I was really excited to participate in either of those activities. However, when I got there and discovered that I was going to be working at World Vision, a warehouse where clothes are packed and sent to countries in need, I was disappointed. I was looking forward to making that personal connection with the residents or reading a book to kids. Still, I went into that week with an open heart and an open mind. It wasn't until I got there at the work site of World Vision that I really appreciated that opportunity. Even though I wasn't working directly with the people I was helping, I was able to reach thousands of people. Working at World Vision ended up being a meaningful experience to me because I was able to make a difference. I also made friendships with the other volunteers that I still have 3 years later. Service doesn't look just one specific way. I encourage you to explore the different volunteer opportunities at our school and see what they have to offer. In the fall, I play keyboard at my church. In the winter, I coach basketball. During the summer, I help paint houses at Habitat for Humanity. Use your talents and passions to make our community a better place. When you enjoy what you're doing, it shines through your actions. Not only will this benefit your community, but it will also give you the opportunity to grow as a person. Thank you.
Thank you, Carly. Last but certainly not least, Ashley Witten will highlight the importance of character.
Thank you. When you hear character, what do you think of? I think of popular characters like Mario, Princess Peach, Bowser from playing Mario Kart. But have you ever stopped and wondered about why we think these characters are great? What makes them our favorite? What defines a good character versus a bad character when we choose who we want to play? What traits differentiate amongst them? Most importantly, what is character? To me, character is a set of qualities that makes each person unique. This started forming years ago and is still being molded as we sit here today. It is the core of the other three traits: service, leadership, and scholarship. Many say that scholarship is the key, but really, it all starts with your character. Every single one of us was brought into this life lacking the ability to navigate through life successfully on our own. We needed the help of others, starting with our parents, to help us develop the nature we need to make wise decisions. Character is so many things. It could be having respect, compassion, integrity, or on the other hand, it can show dishonesty, selfishness, and negativity. It determines how we act, we think, and how we identify ourselves. From my personal experience, my character flourished from my years of figure skating and being on the bowling team here at BBHHS. From skating, I've learned to be confident in myself, my abilities, and to set examples for others, such as sportsmanship. With bowling, it was the girls' friendly, upbeat, and goofy traits that made everyone feel comfortable at any event we were at. Everyone on the team loved coming to practice, and anyone new on the team would feel like they were here before. I'm not saying you can only portray character through a team, but smiling or saying hi to someone can really make a difference. In addition, from my previous job as a customer service associate at Marks, I learned that by doing any small gesture, like asking how someone's day was, or greeting someone as they walked by, it could really put a smile on someone's face. From working there, I've learned that the key to a great character all starts with positivity. During these hard times, we find it difficult to find joy out of simple things, so do something nice for one another. You never know what someone is going through that day. As Abraham Lincoln said, character is like a tree and reputation is like its shadow. Being happy and showing good character is the key to success. So I challenge you all to do something new. Cut your hair. Because in the end, it's your personality that will shine through. But in order to display your scholarship, service, and leadership, your character must shine through first. Thank you.
Thank you, Ashley. I now invite our two secretaries, Alana Diedrich and David Drinko, to lead the presentation of the new inductees.
Felucia Balaji, Olivia Janovich, Catherine McGrath, Raina Polly, Grace Regan, Aiden Smith, Grace Albrecht. Athana Algie. Lakshmi Arakoni. Christopher Bach. Jennifer Bansu. Andrew Barchett. Egan Beach. Tyler Bender. Michael Bigelow. Grace Bedosian. Riley Bogus. Michael Bowler. Aiden Casa. Anna Shermanti. Miriam Churchin. Maya Daniello. Rebecca Del Rio. Aaron Delahunty. Samuel Dickout. Jacob Didia. Yanya Jordovic. Megan Doyle. Grace Drayle. Clayton Eckerman. Lee Engelhart. Chloe Feeney. Logan Feeney. Alyssa Frater. Jaden Gamboa. Tyler Ganley. Madison Gerber. Mackenzie Gray. Caroline Guggenbiller. Tarneem Hannah. Leah Hargreaves. Madeline Holt. Faith Hutchinson. Mary M. Charlotte Jones. Eden Kenner. Lindsay Kern. Thomas Kern. John Kim. Madeline Kocher. Megumi Koshino. Anne Kruzinski.
Grace Larmer. Mason Lewis. Joy Liu. Gabriella Logelin. Caitlin Leiden. Morgan Macy. Kathleen Malnar. Bryn Markovic. Dora Markovic. Anne Matthew. Jonah McLean. Rebecca McNeil. Anna Mahendale. Amanda Melorano. Bradley Molina. Logan Marashka. Logan Nall. Elizabeth Nypaver. Chloe O'Brien. Grace O'Malley. Luke Olasinski. Ashley Patel. Sonia Patel. Matthew Petros. Alex Pitts. Richard Pittsam. Dominic Policarpo. Neela Polly. Abigail Prusha. Rohan Rangaraju. Achint Reen. Anna Roderick. Olena Sadovska. Hudson Schneider. William Schneider. Lauren Scott. Emily Sheeho. Ava Singh. Joshua Sobex. Penelope Steffen. Hannah Sternad. Katrina Sumarli. Hallie Smick. Garrett Travers. Anthony Tycho. Camilla Vilcek. Vanya Vojnjevich. Alexa Volweiler. David Weber. Lily Wiglas. Carter Wilk. Muriel Ye. Jacob Zuricki. Hallie Zeitler. And Philip Zura.
Thank you, Alana and David. New members, please pick up the National Honor Society pledge card. Treasurer Tony Minitel will lead all new inductees in reciting the induction pledge.
I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society, to which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. I will be loyal to my school and will maintain and encourage high standards of scholarship, leadership, service, and character.
Thank you, Tony. Well done, new inductees. Now, Treasurer Tony Minitel will lead all members in the National Honor Society oath. The oath can be found on the inside of your program.
I pledge myself to uphold the high ideals of the National Honor Society, striving in every way, by word and deed, to make its ideals the ideals of my school and of my life.
Thank you, Tony. And to all members, you have my sincere congratulations. It is truly my privilege to work with you. You may now be seated. As the 76th annual induction ceremony draws to a close, I would like to thank everyone in attendance, especially families and supporters of the inductees. Consider today's ceremony a manifestation of your incredible support and hard work. For that, I congratulate you as well. Before we conclude our ceremony this afternoon, I would like Mrs. Owens and Mrs. Bazelak to please step forward. As the advisors, you have walked right beside us in the process of figuring out exactly how our chapter functions. In all fairness, we can never thank you enough, but please accept this as a small token of our sincere appreciation for your selfless dedication towards us and our organization. Thank you all for attending the 76th Annual Brexville Broadview Heights High School National Honor Society induction ceremony. Congratulations to all National Honor Society members. I'm excited to work with you all. As you prepare to exit, we ask that families adhere to social distancing guidelines and exit out the doors you entered. Thank you, and I hope you all have a safe and pleasant weekend.